viewers, it's Stevie Boy 1971 again. Hope you all had a good new year and welcome back to the channel. And we are starting the first build of 2022 with the De Havilland Mosquito. So let's have a look and see what's inside the box. All right, so we've got our two tabs here. Got my craft knife at the ready. So there we go. That's all done. Now we can get the box off. Right, get the box up, get the lid, box lid out of the way. Now look at this. We've got one bag of sprues. Just put that out of the way there for a minute. And we got one set of instructions. And we got set decals. There you go, one set of decals. Just put those over out of the way for a minute. Got one set of decals, so, one set of instructions, and not one but two paint schemes. Okay. I'm just having a quick flick through the instructions a minute, see what. There we go. I hope to try and get the cockpit built today. Now this is interesting. Steps 25 and 26. We have to use parts B6 as a jig for putting the landing gear, so that looks interesting. And another thing, and another one here, just turn it around. In step 49 we got a bit on the sprue that says mask. Okay, that's only if you don't want to go and paint the inside of the landing bay. So there we go, one set of instructions. And for 112 parts, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so we've got one of the paint scheme 4. I'll just turn that inside out a minute. There we go. Now, this is number 571 Squadron of number 8 Pathfinder Group, Royal Air Force, Oakington, Cambridgeshire in September 1944. And we've also got number 109 Squadron, Royal Air Force, Wyton, in England, 1944. And this is going to be the paint scheme that I'm going to be following today, because I do like the role of a night bomber. Okay, because you had the underside painted in black, and that was basically sort of a camouflage, really. So that's the paint scheme I'm going to be doing today. So doing on this build. Let's have a look inside. Let's put the decals back before I lose them. Let's have a look inside the sprue. Let's have a look at the sprues. So we get our craft knife. got one bag of clear parts as well, so we have 1, 2, 3. Now this is what I mean. This is what I mean by the mask. Okay, so you can use this bit here when you're painting the wheel well. If you don't want to get paint inside the wheel well, you put that over. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's to say this is a sort of a mirror image of the previous sprue. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sprues. And this is what they mean by the jig. Okay, so you got use the underside of the wing to put your wheel to put your undercarriage to assemble your undercarriage. So that's really good. Okay, so I'm now going to go off and put these in the wash and leave them out to dry, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, as you can see, guys, now the sprues have now dried, and so we're now going to cut off the sprue that we want for the cockpit. So just need to go and cut these off. Now I need to get rid of these ejector pins as well. Loads of ejector pins, I'll say that. There, I think that's got them all off, so let's at least sand these down a bit. And got my sanding sticks here, so alright, so there we go. Now we want parts C12 and C13. These bits can just be twisted off. Now it's just a case of actually trying to figure out that bit goes there then. That bit goes there then. And so this bit must go that bit goes into there, right? So that's the test fit on that piece on. And that bit goes on the end. Okay, well we can now commit to glue. I'll just go and get my that can go on there. Get the Tamiya glue out. we go, that's all done there. So according to the instructions, it should go upside down. So I think in a way we form part of the bomb bay. Okay, so we got that bit done. Right, now we want to go for part G10. Just dig that out of the sprue, and we found it. Now that goes into part C12. So we've got that. So there we go, we've got that little bit there to go on. So I'll just stick some glue in. There we go. Now we're already on to step 3. But I'll just put on there we go. If I can get the fuselage all fitted today on this video, then I'll do that. Right, so we're already now on to step 3. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, we're back now, as Get my tweezers. And we're just going to get this little bit in as well. Yep. So just actually, no, I think that's the wrong side up. I do believe. There we go. I'll just go and touch that up with the paint a minute. Just touch that up with the paint because I thought it might be the right. So I thought it might be the wrong side. The right side, but it's not, is it? There you go. Right. Now we've got this little bit here to go on. That goes right up tight against the wing spar. There we go, that's in. Okay, and now the and then this bit goes in there, so just, oh, hang on. So just do a test fit in there. There we go, that goes in there, and I think I might use the Tamiya. I might use the Tamiya on that one. There we go. So we've done about 3 steps already. Now we can get on to step 4. You really will have to excuse the tablet for going off like it is. Okay, it's just I'm getting some notifications on something. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute with step 4. Okay, we're back now, guys, and we're going to start on step 4 now. Right, we'll get there in the end with the knew that cocktail sticks would come in handy one day. Right. These two bits here I'm going to paint the green humble paint because the 78 is an enamel color enamel paint, and I don't really like to use enamel paints, so I'm going to use the Cockpit green on both these two. I think I might have put a bit too much on this, so I'll just go and dab some of that off a minute and then there we go. This bit. No. There we go. Now just leave those to dry for a bit. I'm first going to repaint one of the parts again, so because I think I might have actually painted the wrong side. So now we can put on this bit here. So we can do that. Just got to turn that around just a tiny bit. Get the glue off. And that goes. I can see where it goes. That goes. And that goes up at an angle. I'll just leave that to dry for a bit before I touch it up with. Leave that to dry for a bit before I touch it up with a bit of paint. And this bit here. goes into this little slot here. Okay. There we go. So that goes in there like so. There we go, that goes in there like so. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we've got all the little bits from step 4 into place now, but the one thing I haven't done yet is actually painted the cockpit floor, so I'll get that done quickly and I'll be back soon. Okay, steps 5, 6 and 7 are all to do with the pilot seat, so we need sprue G again, and we want G4, wherever G4 is, G4, there we go, got it here. Get that off a minute. And G21, which is this one here. So I'll get my sanding stick out and get these all there we go. So again, I'm going to have to paint that in the cockpit in the dark green colour, because okay, so these go together. Well, I think what I can do is I can just do that. And just use the Tamiya glue. There. So there we go. And then step 6 is the side arms. It's back. So what do I do with it? There we go. That's it. There. So we want G. G7 and G9. So there we go. I think that goes there like so. Okay, let's just go and get the sanding stick out again and get the tweezers out, I think, because I think that might be the best place. So come back to me, guys. Okay, guys. Well, I managed to glue the pilot seat together. Now I'm going to try and attempt to go and glue it into the cockpit. So we'll get that done now. A minute. We need that there. Sorry, I am right-handed, so. There you go, that's now in. Leave that to dry for one moment. I can now paint that as well, so it's not going to take long. So I'll just get that done in a minute. There we go. There you go. That's the cockpit all done. And now we come on to step 8, and we're going to. This is where we. And this is where we can now start to think about putting the cockpit, the control panel all on. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, well, I've managed to get the control panel all sorted. The decal is also on. So now what we can do is to get the just to get that all in place now. Just trying to do a test fit at the minute, but it doesn't seem to be coming off. There we go, got it. Well, I still thought I did have. There we go, got it. That is in now. That's in that. We can just get a little bit of glue in there. Now the real tricky part is to go and get the control column in. That's the tricky part. We'll get that done now. So we're just going to get this bit off. In fact, I might just actually paint this bit on the sprue, because it's not going to take long to do. There we go. I hope you can see this. There you go. I'll just move it over just a little bit. Well, I'll just leave that to dry for a bit. I'll be back to the tricky part. We've got to get the control panel so the control column in. So what we're going to do, let's get that on there. Just hopefully I'll get a dab of glue. Ah, damn it. Sorry, guys. Bleeding needle is stuck for the glue. Okay, there we go, that can go back in there. Now we can, so that goes in there. It's just a question now of getting that. There we go. Now we can leave that in. Now we've got to get another part in. G5. And that is the bomb sight. So I'm just going to quickly paint that black. Get that out. Nope. Just going to quickly paint that black as well. Nearly finished with this part. You have to excuse the noise coming into the living room. That's just my younger brother coming in. Well, I'll just leave that to dry for a minute and I'll be back soon. Okay, well, let's get this bit off and then get it all glued on. Now I've got to, so there's one big so there we go. That goes in there, like so. Why do small parts have to be really, really fiddly? There's always got to be one small part that's got to be fiddly. There we go, got it in. But I'm just going to touch it up with a bit of black paint. So that won't take long. So there's the cockpit all done. We can now move on to step 11. And then hopefully we can get the fuselage on. Okay, so I'll just find out what parts I've got to go for step 11, and we'll see you in a moment. Okay, we now move on to Sprue C, and we're coming up to step 11 now, so we're going to get so now we are going to get C10 off, so we're going to get, so let's cut that. There we go. And let's get the so these go in there. There you go, nice easy fit. And just to make sure that they don't go anywhere, there they go, they're now glued in. And we can now get the paint, get these all painted now, and then we can get the fuselage on. So I don't need that. These aren't going to get seen, by the way, but it's because I'm going to have the Bombay doors closed. So leave that to dry. I'll be back in a bit. I'll come on to putting the fuselage together. So I'm now, let's get that out of the way for a minute. We're now going to use C1, and this is really going to bring the plane together now. So let's look for my sprue cutter. There we go. That's nearly it for this video, by the way. So if you want to feel free to like and subscribe. It's free to subscribe, so and also share the video as well. And also if you want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome. You can donate through Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, or PayPal, which I'm now going to which I will now PayPal I've now started adding to in the captions. So, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Okay, so here we got the fuselage now. This is a really, hopefully, fingers crossed, this will go on. Yeah, there we go. That's in. That's on. So we can now use some glue. So there we go. Let's get the other fuselage on. Other half of the fuselage off, and then we can there we go. I think I might get the sanding stick out. There we go. Get that ejector pin off. Can't see no. There we go. I've got one there. There we go. So leave that bit there for a minute because we've got one more small part to get off. I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, well we're nearly at the end of the video now, because as you can see I've painted the inside of the tail wheel section of the aircraft, and we're now going to get the other half of the fuselage on. Hopefully this will fit in. There we go, that's on. Now this is where I think I might need the clamps, so just bear with me for a minute. One, two clamps there. Here we go. Got my clamps. So I'm just going to go and go put that together, and then just no, maybe that's not going to work at all. Oh, came flying off. Well, it sucks together anyway. The front end. Right. So I think just to be safe, I'll use some masking tape. Okay. So I've got some fog tape here which I can use. Got some fog tape which I can use anyway. So that's. Actually, that's not done a bad job. I'll just put a bit more glue on that little bit there. There we go. We're getting there gradually, guys. Now we can turn our attention to last but not least, there you go. And that is just about it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you for part 2. Thank you. Bye bye.